All right, let's go. Let's go, Pack Fam. So again, it's your boy Resume. We're getting into this 0 day class tonight. And we're gonna talk about plays and look at setups for tomorrow, Friday, February the 3rd. It's the first Friday of the month. So we'll see what's happening. We just cracked into a new month. And we got a big earnings that occurred this evening, or just say this week in general. So we're at a very key level on ES, and so we'll see how tomorrow opens up, and how we close tomorrow Friday will be significant in my opinion. With the class, so this is a 0 day class, and for those who are not familiar with the term or the terminology that we're discussing, is we're talking about expirations, contracts that expire tomorrow, meaning a 0 day means we are buying a contract on the same day that it expires. And so hence the term 0 day, no days on the contract. So what that means is that the contracts are very volatile, and high risk, kind of high reward. We believe through the process that we use, we mitigate a majority of that risk. However, it is a risky proposition overall based on the data. We already know what the statistics are for day trading in general, and that increases with these 0 day expirations. So we try to be surgical and really tactical with how we approach these. And so there's a methodology around that I focus on here with you all each Thursday. So with the 0 day expirations, again, because of the volatility, your position or your contracts or the investment that you put in for that play can go to zero if you make missteps. So we try to be very, I guess the right word is assertive in the decisions that we're making. This is not a day to be indecisive. And so if you are indecisive, then you can kind of just chill out. It's not the day to take these 0 days. And so my goal for this class is for everyone to really understand a process by which they can go about taking or taking day trades. And so it is not meant for you to just take these plays tomorrow per se, although there's going to be a lot of good opportunities as well. However, the thought here is about learning and really refining a process that you can use over and over. So with these 0 days, I have a concept about it. If you're on my Strat 101 classes, I talk about this. I think it's the watch list development class, but we talk about the type of position or the type of plays that we're looking at from a strategic planning perspective. I'm a business guy, so I look at things from a strategic plan perspective. And so I break these trades down into two things. All of my trades into two categories. Either you've got true reversals, like a change of the trend, or you've got a continuation type of play. And that's more so what I'm looking at here for these 0 days. So I'm looking for things that are already moving in a direction. And essentially I'm looking for a smaller time frame type TTO, or a smaller time frame entry point or actionable signal that I can take advantage of to get into a trade for tomorrow. Because it's a 1 day trade. You don't have time for trend changes or any of that kind of stuff. You need things that are already moving in a direction. There's no doubt about it, really. You just need to find a good entry point. And so that's the idea behind these 0 day trades. Obviously, this isn't the only way that you can trade 0 days, but at the same time, I feel like this is a process that you can consistently use. I think the biggest thing is just looking at things objectively and not with a bias, unless you have some good solid information that's giving you that bias. It's not just, oh, my gut is telling me one thing or the other. There should be a rationale. And so that's why I really like continuation plays, because they are plays where it eliminates a lot of the doubt. Like if something's going in a trend for over a longer period of time, say a couple months, weeks, whatever the case may be, you're more inclined to see that stock continue in the direction that it's been going than to, out of the blue, just one day go the other direction. So It's really about playing the probabilities, looking for those actionable signals, playing those off of broad information. So I have talked enough. So what we're going to do now, we're going to get into the process here. And I'll quickly, spell that out. What we like to do at this stage is really look at opportunities, engage setups that look, I guess the ideal, look for actionable signals on I like to start with the 4 hour, but look for actionable signals on these smaller time frames that we could potentially take advantage of for tomorrow. So I look for the 4 hour as well as the daily time frame for a lot of these actionable signals. I start with the 4 hour. I look for those inside candles on the 4. When I'm looking at the 4 hour, I like the 312 setup on the 4 hour. It's pretty damn consistent. And then I also just really want to emphasize that I love things with relative strength, meaning things that are moving in a direction regardless of what the overall market's doing, because we all know stocks that are dependent upon SPY, and whatever SPY does, it follows. I really like things that have strength, whatever the reason may be, and are going in a direction. Don't care what SPY doing, don't care what nothing else doing. If the market pulls down, it goes sideways. If the market goes up, it's ripping. It just has its own thing going on, whether that's liquidity, whatever. So we're looking for those types. So we're looking to identify those good potential setups going into tomorrow. We don't get judgy at this point. We just want to collect the data and aggregate. And so what I tell people is there's nothing wrong with using scanners if you already have an idea for what you're looking for in terms of the trade. But if you're scanning just to be scanning aimlessly, just to like, oh, this looks good. Oh, maybe I could play that. That's a little bit more risky. Now, there is, that's what the majority of straters do. And so we try to teach more intentionality with the scanning. Like, we're scanning with intention. We're not scanning to just, oh, it's set up, so let me find all the setup, So when I go and look for these inside 4 hours, I'm looking for things that have strength in either direction. I'm looking for continuity. I'm looking for those actionable signals, going in those directions. So I have some criteria more than just a setup that I like. Then after that step, you would go look for things like broad informations and those types of things. And then you would analyze contracts. It's kind of like your final step. So there's a process to it. It takes some time, but it's really, I think, a great opportunity for you to take advantage and maximize gains. So got that out the way. What we're gonna do, I'm gonna run a scan here, see what's on our 4 hour time frame. Also, as usual, if you are looking at tickers, you can drop them in the chat. I am not looking for long setups. I don't want to see anything we're talking about for next week or next month or rotate. Like I'm not, tonight we are strictly focused on potential setups for tomorrow. That's the caveat of tonight's class. We're looking for setups for tomorrow only. We're just trying to be respectful of the folks' time and this process that we're trying to focus on tonight. So just wanted to point that out because I know sometimes we'll go long just talking about different setups, but just wanted to point that out. So with that, we're gonna get into it. Give y'all a few minutes to drop some tickers in the chat, and I'm gonna run this 4 hour scan really quick and see what we've got on the inside 4. I have not looked at anything on the scan since at all today, actually. So I don't know what's on here. So we'll see. I'm really only looking for a handful of things that I could potentially target for tomorrow. But yeah, let's see what we got here. You've got Beyond Meat, Space, Saba, Roku, DoorDash. So we got a lot on there. It's interesting. And I'm looking for setups in both directions. So there ain't no bias. It's just whatever opportunities are in front of us. That's the goal. All right, so let's take a look at Tarjay. See Tarjay right here. Looks like Tarjay looks really, really good for a continuation for tomorrow. We do got some weekly BFs above its head. So we have to see how things, tomorrow, we got all the big earnings, man. So we really, it's not, the setups could look great, but if, things open up crazy in the morning. So we got to just be aware. We can just throw our alerts on for the tickers. This one has continuity to the upside. You should feel favorable about the setup in terms of the direction it's going to go tomorrow, regardless of what else is happening. But just to, just be aware the market with Google and Amazon, the earnings. So that could significantly impact things in the morning. So just be aware. Moving on. Well, let me put the alert in on Target first. Moving too fast. So on Target, we got the bullish continuation set up here on the 4-hour. Your level for entry would be above 181.26. Let's see. And what you be looking for, a couple things. The trigger point will be just above the 4, which is right at that weekly BF level. So you need to be aware of that initially, but after taking entry, you're gonna go in contact with that BF. If we've got relative strength, which is one of the things I mentioned earlier, if you got relative strength on that, then you feel inclined that this thing is gonna go through this broad information. You saw the reaction to it this morning. It hit the high of day, rejected slightly, and then came back with the Momo hammer on the 4. So I'm looking for a continuation on the 4, continuing up. We may get a little consolidation at the broad information level, but we've got room in between here. And depending on how the day goes tomorrow, we could push up significantly. So I see Target with potential to move to the upside pretty strong tomorrow. Everything looks good and in its favor. So we just got to see if other factors will come into play, or if this thing is going to have relative strength. Looks solid as hell, though. I like that Target. That Target looks really good. And like I said, if you get relative strength, it don't matter what the rest of the market's doing. It's just going to go. And, that's one of the things that I try to emphasize to all my students, especially the ones that really like to day trade. No matter how much you talk about swinging, you're going to have some students that want to day trade. And so I try to tell them, like, relative strength is your best friend when you trade. If you can find the stocks with the relative strength. So if you ever hit a term, me and Boss Gang talk about it being a stock picker's market. That's because you got to really identify relative strength to know which stocks will move regardless of market conditions. Otherwise, you got to play things accordingly. So ET, we were talking about this one earlier on the call. We'll be looking for a bullish continuation on this one. It looks like it's defending that monthly broad information level. And it's not letting price go back below that. We did close inside on the day, looking for a nice Chicago tomorrow. We know how we feel about the 3 downs, looking for the 3-1-2. Like my boy Kingsley would say, that's a failed 3 down. We get the 3-1-2 back to the upside. So the 4-hour doesn't look as like bullish, most likely because of how like the end of the day ended for it, but it looked very strong throughout the morning and early in the day. So and actually I think because of where I saw the levels on a lot of the energy stocks, I think they could get some. I think they may be done selling on the energy side, or there may be some that's done, some need to finish up selling tomorrow, but it looks like The selling has slowed down on that and maybe moving up. So ET, you got a couple trigger points, 1333 being your 4-hour level. I want to put that in there. And then on the day looks much better and more appealing, but it's at the same level, 1333. So actually, I'm gonna go back. And edit my last. So I don't want to. Damn it! I forgot the damn setup. Chicago. All right. All right. ET, that looks solid. I know that boy Paul's probably be watching that one like a hawk tomorrow. We'll take a look at WBA. I know the Pac then was taking advantage of that one. We got consolidation here at the yearly level broadening formation. After the run up this morning, came back, pulled back a little bit. Let's see here. We've got a 212. I like this potentially to continue up tomorrow, going 2 up on the day. But we got a 212 here on the 4-hour. Our level for entry would be above 37.91. All right. 791. Okay. WBA is one to keep your eye on tomorrow if you get continuation. So we like that. I'm just scanning through, looking at a couple tickers. All right. So not too, what we at, 620? All right. So let's do this. We got T, XME. I'm gonna take a look at like a couple more tickers and then we're gonna jump in the chat. All right. So we got AT&T right here. It's been bullish all week. Well, not bullish, but it's just been kind of going consolidating a little bit. Man, that candle from last week is crazy. But yeah, it's still inside week, based on that crazy candle from last week. So depending on how you want to look at it. But looks like it's just been trading flat at this level. There may be some orders it's been needing to fill to get past, but looks like a slight push up. It doesn't give me the warm and fuzzies, but it's not bad either. It's been overall bullish though for like the last couple, month and some change, 2 months. So what I would do, set your trigger points on this one. But you got to get over that 2030 level. And you would need to really get past the chop level, as we say, 2050. So yeah, you need to get over 2050 to surpass that chop level. But yeah, doesn't give me the 0-day vibes, but it has 0-day. It can, yeah, it put it in the mother bar, man. I don't know how much I want to respect that mother bar because I think it was an actual glitch. I don't believe it. So that's kind of the way I feel about it. Let's stay at XLC real quick. Stratimus Prime, we're gonna check out this Netflix right here. Ooh, Netflix hammer on the day. Inside week bullish, inside month bullish. 4 hours strong. Whew. Whew. Pat Riley alert. Pat Riley alert. Hey, this fire right here. It's fire right here. This a no doubt about it. That's solid. Yeah, I rolled in here deep. Okay, okay.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah, bro. Yeah, go for it, bro.
So on these 0 days, if you get that trigger, how quick are you ready? If that's like, and if it starts to go against you, like, how quick would you just cut it dead? If it, like, would you?
That's all based on like my plan and like what I enter with. So for me, depending on like how convicted I am in the trade will make a difference in terms of how much I'm entering a position with. I have that 20% rule. So I teach all my students, do not enter any trade with more than 20% of the position that you plan to take on that trade. So if it's 10,000, don't enter with more than 2,000. Whatever the position size that you want to enter with to take on that trade, because again, it should be a part of your plan. So before you even take the trade, you should know how much we're going to invest in the overall amount, but we progressively add. So that initial entry, we should be super light. And so we shouldn't be too concerned about like initial moves against you. So the thought process is if it does go against you, you should have your retracement levels drawn and all of that. So you can identify where you should cut based on price, not so much based on percent on the contracts. So that's why we say, like, if you can go in light enough to where you can let it play out, then you're in a better position and more in control of the situation versus if you go in too heavy, if you go in with 50% of the position on that first entry and it wants to pull down for 2 or 3 or 5 minutes, like it shakes people up. So I tell people all the time, go in with the light position, manage it. You should already know like the price level that you need to cut. If it closes below, it's not if price just goes and hits that level. If price has to close below that level on the time frame that you're designating. So if I'd have seen it close like on an hour or something, but my typical plan is I'm going to hold stuff typically through the first hour unless it's closing on the smaller time frames below my cut level. But I try to give it a little latitude. But for me to do that, I have to go in light enough to where I'm not concerned. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying let it go to zero, but I'm saying like if you go in at 1/10 of the position that you were planning to enter with, or 1/5, you don't get the emotional reaction. You kind of like, okay, is it really gonna retrace, or is this like first 15-minute volatility?
Sure.
And so that gives you the time to actually watch it play out accordingly. And you'll know pretty quick though. I mean, it's not gonna take you a whole hour to know. You know what I'm saying? Like you'll know pretty quickly, but at least if it does go against you, you're talking about a super small loss. So if you go in with 10% off of that 10,000, that's like 1,000. Now you're talking about a $10,000 position. So if you're going in with 1/10, 1,000 is not as big of a like issue for you. Because your stop's gonna be at 30. So if you're talking about 30% stop, most people are gonna put 30% on the stop. So that's 3K right there. So you're looking at a 10% stop or a 10% entry level. So if that 10% went to zero, which you're not gonna let it do, you shouldn't mentally be too concerned with it, right? So the idea would be if you go in with that super small position, your psychology or your mental state will be that you will think reasonably versus having any concern or even excitement, because it can flip both ways, concern or excitement over the position, and you can actually like just think clearly throughout that whole trade. So if it does retrace back to a 50% level on the previous candle, even though the current candle may be red, and then it gives you an entry point back to the upside off of that retracement, you should be adding and loading the freaking boat.
Gotcha.
And a lot of people cut right there. Because it's like the frightening, like, oh shit, I'm position going against me super quick. Oh goddamn, oh I gotta get out. You know, you ain't thinking reasonably. And so, like, if you already know before you come into the game, like, if it get right here and it closes below that, all right, I'm gonna get out. But if it gets right here and then it starts to give me the reversal signal back on the micros back up, I'm finna bean bomb that thing. I'm finna turn that little 10%, 20% contract that I'm down or whatever you're down. I'm finna flip that because now you say you enter at 1,000, right? At 10%. Goes against you, you down. Let's say you down 50%, so you down $500. But you get to the 50% retracement, you get a 212 back up on the 5 or 15, whatever. You take that, boom, back up off that 50%, but you add at, I don't know, 25 or 50, whatever. You add at a higher level. I do a 20, 20, 40 type of thing, but just say for math purposes, you add it like 25%. So now you're talking about 2,500. So now once you get to, let's say 20% on that new ad, you have already recouped that 500 that you initially lost, plus the amount that you've recouped from that initial contract. So the initial 1,000 you put in, you're gonna recoup that 500 for one. You may still be a little bit down, but the 500 that you just, like the new money that you just entered with, you've already made more than 500, just at like 20%. So now you flip the whole position and now you're big green. You don't even have to take it back to your initial target. You could take it back almost to entry and be out of there. And sorry, I didn't mean to give you a trade breakdown, but
no, it's good.
Yeah.
Hey, so you're gonna put the 50, since you're looking at the 4 hour, then the 50 goes on the 4 hour prior.
Yeah, so if I was to do it right here, yeah, I would, yeah, put it boom, boom. Hold on.
Would you put it on the 1 bar or the 2?
No, I'm putting it on the 2. So now what I would do here, let me zoom in for you. So we got 50%, 363.38. Let me hide these other ones. And if you want to have these lower ones, if you want to have the other ones, that's up to you. But I don't need all that. So just for math, for the visual, yeah. So we got 50% level at 363.38. So now I got my entry point. This thing pulls back. That's the level I'm looking at. So tomorrow it would still be inside, but it'd be inside down, right? Or actually you would take the entry here and then you would pull back here. So you could go and analyze and see how much you would be down on your contract right now. See, that's the whole preparation. You put the whole plan together, you know exactly how much you're gonna be down before you even take the trade the night before. So we'll put in the contract for this Netflix. We'll select like 2 or 3 contracts that are like around the strike, that, the entry point here, because you want to buy at the money or strike in the money. I don't really like to go out the money too much on 0 days in case we get consolidation or retracement, because I like to stay in my 0 days a little longer. So I'm gonna put my level here. I'm gonna put analyze both the upside, see how much I can make, but also how much am I gonna be down if it retraces back to this level. If I can stomach that, let's ride. Let's rock out. If I can stomach that amount, I'm Gucci. I'm going in tomorrow with the armor on. Because now I'm ready for war. So tomorrow, if this thing I'm ready for whatever happens. This thing drop right here, I'm going to be sitting and waiting If this thing give me a 2-1-2 on the 15 back up in that first hour, if it retraces down here, you know, like that's the idea. You start to kind of plan out what you would do if it did a certain thing in this scenario. So you got an upside move, you got a downside move, and then you got like a retracement if it pulls back on you but still goes in a direction. This one has relative strength. So the likelihood of it going up tomorrow is greater than it is going down.
Hey, how are you identifying relative strength from just a full time frame continuity?
Well, that's one factor of it, yes. But then also we saw how the afternoon closed, right?
Okay.
So we saw a SPY. Actually, let's go right here. Let's go down to the ghetto.
Just the chart is telling you.
Yeah. It's got some bullishness from SPY. The only thing that's going to pull this thing down is if these earnings come out boo-boo tomorrow. I mean, I say the reaction to the earnings is boo-boo tomorrow because we kind of already knew that earnings weren't going to be that good. So it's more so about the reaction. So that's why we've got to see if it relative strength could be for a couple of days and then stop, you know, like it doesn't mean it's going to be relative strength forever because this is not a rotation period for Netflix. So this is just a period where it's just super bullish, but it's not in rotation. So relative strength could leave, you know, but right now there's strength in this thing. And so tomorrow, what I'll be looking for is because we know we're going to get it, if we get a pull down on SPY or the market, and if Netflix reacts significantly to that, or if it maintains its strength level, then you know that buyers are still in it. So that's what I mean by that. Relative strength is like buyers are still buying it, regardless of what the market's doing. You remember the whole sector's showing relative strength, honestly. We've seen Verizon show strength despite what the market's doing. So when you have stocks or sectors that are just where they would typically follow, you know, certain major things, they're just going like right now. Communications, this is not a strong period for communications, but it's going crazy right now. So that's relative strength. So there's a lot of factors that can give you relative strength, but this one right here, I'd be looking to see if it confirms its strength tomorrow. I'd just be looking for confirmation. But hell, you know, the big thing is if we gap down or something off them earnings, that's going to be the caveat. Because it could gap down and then still go off tomorrow. And I actually like those better. If you get a gap down, because now think about it. If you get a gap down in the morning, the stuff that's like weak is going to keep going down. The stuff that actually has relative strength is going to come back up like strong. So the best way to find relative strength is on bearish days. Because you can't hide, like when everything's bullish, you don't know what's really good and what's not. But when it's bearish, you can very easily see, oh, this is what's strong and this is what isn't. So when it's relative strength is difficult and when it's bullish, but when it's bearish, it's easy to identify. So, man, y'all took me off the path. I'm on the dirt road now. But nah, great question though. That was a good question. Verizon, very similar to Netflix. Well, but we know we've been in Verizon for a while, but same concept. Let me get back to the 4 hour. We got the inside 4 set up. This one looks good. Inside day. You got room back to like 42.30 before you hit that broad information. You got about a 50-cent move. Yeah, was that like more than 1%? So you could analyze it and see what it would be to take it back to that broad information and things of that nature. But yeah, Verizon, we know because of the strength that's been showing over time that, again, this is what I like to see. Continuation type of plays. I don't want to take plays where I'm a little bit confused on the direction. I want things that are like, no doubt about it. So Verizon, same thing here. I mean, I'm going to give y'all the conservative thought process here. Let me put my alerts in and we'll talk about it. Anybody got a question though, jump in there. All right. Okay. 41.8. Whoa, hold on. Oh, price is moving. Okay, my bad. Price ain't playing. Yeah, this one's super close to trigger point on the 4 hour, so be mindful of that. But again, we gotta see how we open up tomorrow. I'm tripping. It's 86. My bad. Again, the inside day hammer. We're gonna take a 212 here. I am still in Verizon. I haven't sold any contracts. In fact, added some more off of those lows. What we got? 212 on a day. So the ones that I'm, more familiar with, I love that when I have those type of setups on the ones I've already did some due diligence on, because it makes my work easier. We like to work smarter, not harder. And like Gabby was saying on last night's call, with the collaborative learning, she likes to take her shorter term trades off of those trades that she's already in. So she gets to really drill deep and really uncover, certain things about herself in trading, but also about how different stocks react to shorter term trades versus longer swings, and all of that. So I think that's amazing. So we got PNC Bank, Stratamus Prime. We're looking at 212 here on the 4. As you got an entry above 166.77. That looks like we are in force on the week as well as the day and the month. We got double inside months. Looks like we're inching our way up, so we should be looking at a entry on the month above 169.07. So the 4 hour looks solid. Looks like the day just creating a lot of wick, but the day looks prime for another 2 up day. Looks like there might be a little baby gap. No, okay, no gap. All right, yeah, PNC looks solid. I would say, it's like it's been consolidating since May. It's been consolidating. So maybe it makes
it is like a dollar gap resume. I'll see you on the day.
Oh, it is? Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't zoom in, and it's the day time frame, so I couldn't quite see it. Okay.
It's like 160. It's like 166 or 167.
Got you. Okay. Yeah, I couldn't quite make it out. Okay. Close 168.82. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Interesting. So yeah, it's about $1. Let me see here. Let's go. All right, XME. So y'all talking about these materials? Yeah. Woohoo! Look at that. I'm firmly in CLF, and I ain't going nowhere. But XME looks fire. The ETF's giving you good bullish vibes. Looks like we've got double inside fours, as I mentioned. Entry tomorrow would be above 58.60 if you wanted to play that. Also, you got the 212 on the day hammer. Let's go. That looks like a Momo. So with XME looking the way it does, we've got to go look at some of the holdings. So we've got the African Americans. The blacks are behaving just like the sector. Looks solid right here. Double inside fours, a little bit of squeezing going on. Got an entry on the 4 hour. That should be interesting. What was this? 53.73. 69. All right, that looks solid. Let's see the day. The day's got a little bit of work to do, but again, we right up under these broadening formations. So again, that's the cautionary tale. If you need relative strength when you're going to trade into a broadening formation like that. Otherwise, what I always tell you, I don't like taking entries right up under a broadening formation. There's always exceptions, but you want to have a consistent rule you can lean on. When something's in rotation like this that has the relative strength, then you can kind of see a situation. I have my phone ringing and I don't know where it's at. But anyway, let's keep it going. 443. Okay. So we got the African Americans looking solid. African Americans. And let's go take a look at CLF. That bad boy doesn't look as strong as the others in terms of the 4 hour, but overall, that thing's been smoking. I forgot where we at on the contracts, like 160, 170, something like that. On those marches. So those are moving well. So CLF, I'm not gonna throw a trigger on it. I'd be interested to see how it goes. There is a potential for it to flip the 4 hour back up tomorrow though, above that 2184 level. But I'm gonna let that one ride out because we do got AA that does look better in my opinion. And then you've got X who had from what I saw last, had a pretty damn strong earnings. So let's take a look and see if price held up from earlier. So it's slightly up. It's come back down. So well, more than slightly. 20, where did it go? 29.70. So it was like what? 47 cents. So okay, not bad. Just a couple almost 2% move. So we'll see where it opens up though in the morning. So let's see then. My fault, y'all had some real background noise. All right. So that's X. We see what X should be opening up a little high tomorrow. We'll see what the rest of the market does. I'll be interested to see how things open up though. But anyway, let's keep it going. Well, damn, Goose. Let's take a look here. PG 212 on the 4 hour at the bottom of a monthly broadening formation. Looks like we've been consolidating right here for a little minute. Could be that thought process. So this one, okay. Got consolidation at the bottom. We're not getting clearly defined direction, but it's one to definitely keep your eye on. I like it. we got to keep an eye on that one. TGT, we did go over. Airbnb, we've got the inside 4. And we have a potential entry here on the 4-hour. What's our entry level? Is 119.84 on Airbnb. It looks decent. It's had a strong couple of days. Looks like the afternoon it cooled off a little bit. So you could potentially keep that one on your watch at 119.84. Higher day was 119.85. So it's just like it. I mean, literally, it's not the trigger point's like right there. So you got what, like 30 cents until, so that's cool. I like the way that one looks, sets up. And then we have Roblox. This one here, let me see. Had the gap up today. Afternoon, a little bit of a pull down, but stayed up. I can see this one consolidating after today's gap up. It may not go, it may stay, relatively in that range for the next couple of days. I could see a situation where it goes sideways for a few days and then make another leg up. But again, this is all like a lot of this stuff is going to be dependent. If Amazon and Google's gap down in the morning, then it's a whole different deal on a lot of these. They ain't gonna have the strength to hold up. So just keep that in mind. But if they up tomorrow, then you already know what the day gonna look like. So just be prepared in either direction would be my recommendation. So then XME, AA. So let's take a look at Dow. Double inside 4s. This one looks very close, similar to the materials. XME, they like cousins. So yeah, you got the Dow Chicago double inside, entry above 60.31 on the 4. And then on the day, you have above 60.42. So you got a couple entry points on Dow. This is Dow Commons. So I played Dow Commons somewhat. So it's contracts don't move bad at all, though, to be honest. I played it. So okay.
And ironically, this is the one that Gabrielle had mentioned last night on the call.
Oh yeah, Dow Commons. Yeah. They I've played them before. Actually, more than a few times. Yeah, they move well. And they're like a material stock. So Gabby in her bag with that one. So she a real trader. Okay, Roku. A lot of strength in XLC, man. Look at that. Roku, $38, y'all. That thing hit $38 at the end of the year. That's crazy. So Roku looks like it's got strength though. So we're looking for Roku to continue with this strong behavior. Looks like we had the TTO in the afternoon. Looking for a 212 on the 4 above 65.92. Not a bad area. Uh, 65.92. 65. All right. Let's keep it going. Moderna. Who that? And about 3 people said Moderna, so y'all must see something over there. Okay, I see. All right. So Moderna rev strat on the day. Nice close, nice hammer there, nice afternoon. Yeah. I don't have all my BFs drawn, but just off the eyeball, that thing looks solid. 212, looking for another 212 tomorrow. Pushing up. Can we get past 180? What you got? Here. So you got conflict and stuff like that, but it looks like it's trying to rev a little bit. So, but yeah, the setup looks decent. You had the rev strat today. That would be my only concern, is that I only had the rev strat today. But if it is indeed buying coming in right here at this level, then you got a good opportunity to push above this point of control. If not, what'll happen is you'll go 2 up on the day tomorrow, hit this point of control where this weekly broadening formation is point of control in the day, but it's what this weekly broadening formation is, like 178.50, and then it does like a failed 2 up. So, but that's still a $2 move. So if you're scalping it for like a day trade or, scalp kind of thing, that could work out. But just letting you know, like, point of control on the day is 178.50. That weekly broadening formation is right there at the same level. And that's like, the cautionary side. Upside of it, you get to this level and you accumulate some more orders, and then you start to push up, because you got a pivot machine gun right here too as well. You don't hear us talk about it too much, but you got, I think that's a PMG. Yeah, so you've got an opportunity to take this one in the other direction, but just going to give you both sides of the case. As far as the setup, though, the setup looked mean. Like, there ain't no wick. It looks crazy. So I would see like that 212 above that 176.43. Even if you took that north of 180, I still think you're golden. I just need to draw the rest of my broadening formations before I could like make a full-on assessment. But it looks good to the eye right now. You may have more information than me though. All right. Let's see. Yeah, we took a look at Netflix, Luis. That thing's super fire. We like that. So just know that was gonna be on the list tonight. That's good. BAC. That back, we're seeing that, Luis. Tell them that we talking about that back. Let's see here. We got a 212 setting up on the 4-hour.
I'm actually texting him right now, so I'm gonna let him know that you said that.
So we trying to, let them know what's going on. All right, you got entry above 36.22. Looking bullish continuation tomorrow. That look like barbecue chicken. I might like the banks tomorrow, to be honest, but we'll see. I don't know. That look like barbecue chicken though. I think we already looked. Yeah, chicken. We already looked at AT&T. It didn't give us the same kind of vibes as Verizon, but just showing you, it looks like it's just been trading sideways since the gap up. So, I hadn't even got to AMD yet, Dave. So you good. So now, AT&T, I was kind of like, is overall bullish, but as far as tomorrow's setup, I was just a little like iffy about it. All right, let's take a look here. Next one, JAY. Take a look. NUE. Ooh, I ain't heard this ticker in a minute. Dang, bro, you brought back some memories with this one. Damn, new core. I ain't played that in so long. Okay, yeah, new core. This thing looks super bullish. I don't think I've played this since I've been trading the strat. Or maybe like in the beginning when we first opened the pack. It's been a while. This one's strong. Looks like we're gonna get continuation tomorrow. I think this looks pretty simple. Looks like barbecue chicken. Hold on one second. All right, sorry about that. I am back. I did not realize my camera was off either. My bad. So yeah, NUE looking strong, man. Closed very strong. You got the wick here, no wick here. I'm sorry. You got an entry above 176.82. I'll be interested to see what people are at the party. I'm gonna set an alert for it. This looks interesting though. Looks like strength is there already, so it's not much about like is it strong or if buyers are there. Just looking for a continuation. We're just trying to get on the moving bus, moving train. So this what this presents to us right here. So tomorrow, pre-market and open will be key on how these things will actually go tomorrow because we got the major earnings. That's really the only reason that could affect some stuff. But that looks really good. WBA. Didn't we look at WBA? Yeah, we did. We got consolidation at the yearly BF. Yep. We talked about that. So we'll be looking for WBA to go up tomorrow, but if it decides to consolidate a little more, then I wouldn't be surprised, but it's still bullish. So Joseph, identifying relative strength is an expression. Now I don't know. Most people who I don't. Well, let me rephrase that. I have my own like kind of thoughts around that, and I know you heard some of what I said earlier. But if you didn't, just I like to identify things that whether it's well, we're just talking about upside. So just the buying, the strength of buying is happening in the stock or the sector, regardless of what the overall market sentiment is doing, or if that stock or sector is moving up regardless of what it's seasonal or if it's going up and it's supposed to be like out of season, or if it's supposed to be going down but it's actually just going flat. So you have some examples of which you can see. And what I was mentioning earlier is like when you have, okay, thank you. When you have a bear, the best times to notice is when you have bearish like activity in the market and they're selling, and then you can identify. It's really easy to see what's going up when everything else is going down. You feel me? So like when things are going or overall bearish, SPY's going down or sideways, and then you got stuff that just going off no matter what, or when something's pulling down but it's not pulling down, it's just staying sideways or holding up. Those are all signs of relative strength in the stock. It just means that buyers are remaining present regardless of what the overall market is doing. And that could be for whatever reason. I mean, it could be various reasons for that, I should say. UEC, let's see. So UEC, let's take a look here. We got a 212 on the 4. Looking for a bullish continuation above 419. If you're looking at 0-day contracts, you just have to kind of see if there's people at the party. I typically take the smaller priced ones, and I typically don't trade them for 0 days. It's just a preference I have, but the setup looked good. The setup looked real good. I don't have nothing to say against it. Stace calling out that back again, saying, or Luis calling out that back. That looked good though. All right, AIG. Look at that thing to the downside. Yeah, Lofi. We going downside on that one. That look like barbecue chicken though. Death. I'm gonna set it too, because if we do go down off of them earnings reactions, then it'd be good to have some downside setups in play. I'm still short AZN though. I didn't care. Holding on to that. $58.89. $8.90. Okay. Yeah, I mean, AIG looks like barbecue chicken to the downside. That looks. I don't know what else to say about that. Yeah, multiple. Yeah. NTNX. NTNX. Anna. Oh. Not familiar with this one, but let's check it out. All right, we got 2 up on the day. We got some buying is strong. 312 on the month. That's really good as well. And we've got the inside 4 hammer close 212 above 29.56 in the morning. That looks really solid and primed to continue up tomorrow. So that looks really, really good for tomorrow. Interesting. Not familiar with the ticker, but that looks really good.
Yeah, this will be my first time playing it as well, but I think they're like an IT storage warehouse type of company. I haven't done too much research, but I'm definitely gonna play this one tomorrow.
Yeah, that thing looks solid. Buyers are present. All right. So what we got? Ally, 2 up on the month, 2 up on the week, 2 up on the day. Inside 4 hours, like we had a little bit of consolidation in the afternoon. This thing is still bullish, looking like we're ready to go push up tomorrow. Just needed to consolidate and cool off a little bit this afternoon. 212 on the 4 above 35.75. So you need about a 50-cent move after the market opens to trigger on the upside on the 4. So, okay. That's Allied. Oh, sorry, go ahead. Somebody have something to say? Oh, okay. All right. All right. CCI. What was that? CCL, Curtis? You was trying to talk in there. CCI. So CCI, you've got looks like we had consolidation for, what is this? Almost 2 weeks. And then you had the breakout today. I would be looking for a continued move up tomorrow. I mean, Crown Castle. Okay. So you got, yeah, man. I think, yeah, I would expect this thing to continue moving up tomorrow. It's like we charged up for a couple weeks and got up out of there today. So you got entry point 212 on the 4 above 152.85. Super close, about 30-cent move, not far to go. Yeah, I mean, this one looks solid. I would go analyze some potential targets, start with the higher day, and then work your way up. But yeah, that looks really, really good. So setup looks fire.
Resume, are you talking because you are muted?
Oh, my bad. My bad, y'all. Well, yeah, I was talking about KHC, catch up. Just looking at the 4 hour off today's gap down. I preferably like something that's already moving with strength to, to a certain direction. So that's probably the one thing that will probably give me a little bit of pause. But I think overall, KHC is actually consolidating right here around $40. That's what I think my overall like synopsis of this is. So I'm not sure if it's ready to take off for a 0 day tomorrow. But that's kind of my assessment. But the bull case is that you get that rail straight at 40.16. That'd be the level I look for more so than the 4 hour entry. I want to see it flip on the day.
Hey, Resume, what scan are you on? Well, I mean, I know you're on TOS, but I'm saying, what scan are you doing right now?
Right now, this is well, I'm just going through the tickers in the chat, but the scan I used was the inside 4 hour.
Gotcha.
And then I would look at also inside days or like two down hammer days, that kind of thing. Looking for those actionable signals.
I don't think I got a script for the inside hammer. I mean, not inside hammer, but the hammer day, hammer period. So I'm gonna have to see if you got one of those in the Discord.
Oh yeah. Just go to the Strat Scripts and Scanners channel. And yeah, the inside 4 hour scanner is one of those. That's been a pack. I created this whole 4 hour, process. And now to be honest, Cam actually brought it to my attention when we first opened up the pack. But I was like, let me package this in a manner that we can use it in a repeatable process. And so, I see other groups do their 0 day classes now, but they had to learn from the Godfather. But yeah, man, this it works, man. I see it work in other groups.
Yeah.
So yeah, man. That's the scan. That's the process. And just as I just keep piling on receipts. I love it. I love it when I see, the leader of another group like, man, doing a 0 day. I'm like, man, hey. So I love to see that. But yeah, it's a consistent process, man. An inside 4 hour scan seems like it's the one. But there's stuff to, you don't want to just totally be biased, but a lot of times I don't even have to scan nothing but that, and I'm done. Yep, perfect example. Yep. Yeah, a lot of good stuff. All right. LVS to the downside days. Let's check it out. Shooter vibes, monthly, weekly broad information vibes. So this one, we're gonna see how the market. Hold on, whoa. Let me back up real quick. Ooh, look at that. That shooter now. Okay. We can see an opportunity tomorrow where this thing could turn over for us, all right? So we see the Chicago setup on the 4, right? That's the 0 day setup. We see a volume shelf or volume gap. Let me bring it into focus for you. Volume gap here. We can go even here more conservative. 55.97. We're gonna get to it. We got another level right here, 55.71. And then if they want to take out that whole gap, we could go all the way back to the point of control. That's the short-term micro view. Looking at the day and all that. But what I see though is right here on the week. Failed 2 up on the month potentially. It's been running like crazy for a while. So the idea could be, are we bullish or are we not? And this is going to be one that's going to get affected by it. I mean, at least for me, it's already reached my target points on the trade, my overall target points. So I don't care what it does from here. So the idea, I mean, just be ready for this one if it does turn over. If the market turns over, we at the 50% of the year. We're getting a shooter at the top of this breakout on LVS. If the market turns over and goes downside from here off that 50% retracement, this one's coming with it. And we got a long-term short move back to the downside. You heard it here first, but LVS for tomorrow, you got two BFs on the macros right below it. So it looks like it's been consolidating there all week and finally want to break through it. So I'll be watching for that. I'm going to actually set a trigger for that.
Peanut butter. I like peanut butter.
You like butter?
Peanut butter.
57. All right. 15. Okay. 2. Oh,
Did you do AMD already or no?
No, I ain't even got the AMD yet. Ain't nobody put no chips on here yet. That's okay. 5017. All right. Hold on, let me move locations, Pat, because they over here cracking crab legs in my ears and shit. Like I can't crack. I can't dip nothing in no butter yet. Hold on. Let me
right. I want some crab legs. I want some whole feet.
Right. Yeah. Smacking in my ear. It smells too good. But yes. Oh, it's office real quick. So LVS. So look out for that downside move. I really like how that sets up. Let's keep it moving. Let's go to SQ. SQ looks like it wants to continue its breakout. This one's going to be dependent on what the market opens up. If the market's bullish and opens up bullish tomorrow, then this one will keep going on its breakout. This looks like it has relative strength. We have had 6 consecutive weeks of buying. This one's strong. Gap up. I don't see, when things gap up like that, I don't see them like coming right back down the next day. So either they're going to consolidate or they're going to keep going. So we got the 212 here on SQ, 4-hour entry above 89.62, and then 89.97 to give you continuation on the day. So I would be expecting more of a continuation type move than I would a downside move on that one. And then LMT, Lockheed Martin. Lockheed.
All them broad informations.
Yep. Well,
looking colorful.
Right. I've been playing now. The only thing about Lockheed is I don't have it. I don't have no broad information on it, so I don't really have like a good read on what they want to do from here. My instinct tells me it wants to go down to this next broad information to like 451 or whatever that is at that broad information level. That's what my gut tells me. However, I don't have enough evidence on that right now. We had the rejection off the BS, we had consolidation, and then we finally broke below. So I'm thinking we could probably break to this broad information or maybe even down to this one. But I just don't have that confirmation. I don't have enough information for that just yet. But yeah, that's what I'm thinking, JA, is a break to the downside. That's what my heart is telling me. Do I watch SLX with CLF? No, I watch XME. XME is the one I follow for CLF more than anything. CLF, Alcoa, as well as X are all holdings in XME. So I watched that one. KMI. Let's see what KMI. Woo, Larry, look at that. KMI. Actually, KMI had a fire setup I saw this morning, and I was ignoring it. But yeah, KMI, this one looks solid. It's getting ready. See, this one's showing you what the rest of the sector is gonna do next week. It ain't supposed to give you that hammer just yet. It's supposed to make people think like ain't nothing happening. But yeah, KMI. What week are we? 2nd of February. So check out the people at the party. Let's see if some people at the party on that one. But this one looks super solid. Y'all know how I feel about it. Ain't much to say, but but it just got to make sure people at the party. That's it. This is a non-standard week. That's it. 44. This thing's strong. All right. Let's see. We already went over back. I know Sin would love for us to go over back again, but we'll keep it moving. Well, we got KO. KO, similar deal. When I talk about these 0 days, I really like something that went up during the day. And I'm going for continuation versus something I need to reverse. Now, as far as the downside thought process, I got a lot of work to do to get to that trigger from the downside perspective. But it looks like we've had consolidation. To me personally, it looks like it's TTOing. Like we had a run for like a couple weeks and the TTO cool off is going to keep going. But I don't like to, I want to have more confirmation of it's going in the direction. Like the day of the TTO, I don't want to take that for a 0 day. Yeah, oh yeah, Hewitt, yep, the job numbers, yep. So KO, I'm thinking more downside bias on that one, to be honest. But like for me, it's based on seasonality. So like I feel like it's had its run. January expiration hit. Now we turning over, and we got to find out where our buyer's going to find value in it again. That's all. So, but Coke is like longevity stock, so just hold it. AMD, it would be Cam talking about that top. If it ain't the D, he talking about the top. All right, AMD, looking for a 2-up continuation on the day, 2-up continuation on the 4-hour. This thing is enforced on all time frames. It is ready to keep rolling tomorrow. I don't see nothing in the way, except for like a major gap down or something. And if it gap downs tomorrow, I would still be looking to play it. Because this thing gonna rip right back up. That's what I'm saying. If it's something strong, even if it gap down, that's even better because it's gonna clear out all the trash. All the trash stocks are gonna get cleared out when it gaps down. So it's easier to see what the good stuff is. Let's go see what Cam, what he likes over here about the top. All right. Yeah, this was like bearish activity continuing down tomorrow.
The fact that you pulled it up.
Yeah, I want to make sure we evaluate everything that you want to look at. Any more tickers, sir?
Go ahead and do your favorite, the D.
Now we know that's your stock, Cam. There we go, Cam. I know you wanted to see it. All right, we got outside Dave on the D.
Come on, lay it on me.
2 down on the day, on the D. Let's see what else. To D shooting. We got a shooter on the week. But you know what we say about these failed 3 downs? Hey, Top, what we say about them failed 3 downs, brother?
We're gonna go back to the top, right? Oh, top, you gonna be quiet tonight? You gonna say that? It's all right. There we go. Thank you, Sarah. All right. We're gonna leave the D alone. Cam, are you happy? You good? You get enough D for the night?
I don't know if I'm full, but it'll do.
Oh man. Hey, whoever listens to this recording is gonna be like, yo. All right. Abby Vi, Charles. Man, Charles, I hope you're not new to the pack and it's not your first night to 0-day class. So we got the inside 4 hour here on Abby Vi. Y'all know how I like Abby Vi. Right now it's been shooting down. I'll be looking still for some continued bearish activity. Looks like we had some orders at this weekly broadening formation level. So we got a couple different things that could occur. You could get the continued selling down, or you could get consolidation, just trade sideways. So just have to kind of see how that plays out for tomorrow. But it doesn't look bad. I mean, it's bearish. We obviously seeing that. Hey, I'm going through the chat. Y'all got me dying right now. Okay. All right, next one here, J&J. We gonna stay in healthcare. All right, so man, look at that. J&J say we ready to come back. We trying to show back up to the party. I don't see an entry. Yeah, I don't see an entry on J&J per se, but we see what's happening. We came to that low and it's like buying stepped in. So we could be setting up next week for a 3-2-2 back to the upside. Hey, buying opportunity looks like. We'll see what tomorrow presents us. But yeah, this looks like J&J is going to try to go back through these broad information levels to the upside. So that should be interesting. But I don't see a setup for tomorrow. So like that would be the only thing. All right, Affirm, and then CCL, and then we're gonna wrap it up. Pat, gotta get out of here. All right, so next one, we got Affirm. Affirm just did the damn thing. Well, that thing did the Dougie today. Sheesh. So Affirm 19.3%. Good googly moogly. Looking for a 212 here on the 4 hour above 22.37. Set your trigger points. You may get some continuation tomorrow. This looks good. It consolidated at that monthly broad information level and then got up out of there. That's solid. And y'all know where it came down from. So yeah, this got a lot of upside potential. $22. But yeah. Setup for tomorrow looks decent. We had the large breakout, so like we had this afternoon consolidation that had to cool off. I don't think it's done by any means though. So Affirm above 22.37 would be my outlook. I don't really see a bear case unless there's like an outside morning, like goes down first or something. But I see more of a bullish case on this one. And then let's wrap it up here strong with CCL, unless there's something I missed in the chat. CCL, I kind of have a similar outlook to that one as well. It's bullish, similar thought process. It's consolidated for a number of days, over a week, and then finally decided to get up out of there today. The afternoon actually did better on this one than the Affirm. The afternoon did pull down slightly and then got bought back up. So it looks really good going into tomorrow, even though the afternoon candle was red, but I just see that more of it cooling off. So CCL is one that you can take advantage of. I used to play it quite a bit in 2021. It was a big hitter for me. So definitely is one that we have we have played a lot in the pack over the years, and so I haven't played it recently though. But it's one that it was cheap. I was able to teach a lot of people how to manipulate that one. So CCL looks good. If it does have the volatility tomorrow, it can pay very, very well. But we'll be looking at it. Entry above 1226. Two up on a continuation, on the day at that same level. But that looks like we have covered what's in the chat. So if that's it, Avery coming in with the last one. I'm about to shut it down, Avery, but I'll give you BP real quick. So BP, we had to pull down today. Smart man, you're looking at a potential buying point. You got the 2 down hammer on the 4 hour out the big pull. There was earnings on some of those. So I don't know if BP had earnings, but I know a lot of them did. So some got pulled down. So be looking to buy because this thing's going right back up. So just, be ready for that. You got an entry on the 4 above 35.22. That would be our entry point there. I highly doubt that it will go 2 up tomorrow. It's a lot of range to cover, but you could have a strong inside day, which could set you up for a decent looking entry going into next week. Larry killing me. SO. SO is one that I typically do not play for 0 days, only because that one typically doesn't have a lot on the options chain that, for the people at the party. So if the 0 day aligns or correlates with like a monthly expiration, then yeah, I'll take it. But I would have to see what the contracts look like on this one. But the setup looks like we're kind of battling at the inside 4 hour. I'm not sure if I'll be wanting to take an entry on this one right there, but yeah, you got a 212 above 68.91 and downside, which could be a potential because you're at a major BF, downside below 68.33. And then on the day, you've got the inside day here, and the inside day would be above 69.21. So that's that's what I see on that one. If looking at it on the day, it looks more inclined to continue up. The 4 hour gave me a little bit of pause, but the day looks more bullish. So I would just go evaluate the contracts and see if it's ready. It could consolidate there as a potential. So
appreciate that resume. Enjoy them crab legs, man.
Bro. Yeah, man. Y'all, yeah. That's all good. Y'all have a great evening. I'm gonna wrap it up here. But if you got more questions or anything, just shoot me a message in the Discord. I'm gonna be back on here shortly. So let's work. Let's grind it out. We got a good opportunity tomorrow. So let's see how we open up. Let's do it. So with that, folks, I'm gonna let y'all have it. I'll get the recording up on YouTube here a little bit later.
Have a good night, Tom. Hey, Earl. Hey, no more grinding. We don't want no more allegations, bro.
He's stupid, man. Hey, how